Okay, good morning. It is currently 10:41 in Sydney and it's a Monday. What the hell am I doing? What the hell am I doing? Let's not start the week like that. Okay, let me make sure I get this straight. Oh, that's why. Here we go. Okay. I'm waiting for an RMA to come and help me change the wheel of my car because I don't know how to. So anyways, here we are. It's been a couple of weeks since I've actually filmed a video because I pre-recorded a few ones before, and I feel like the last 2 weeks have just been a little bit busy, probably busy more in here than busy out there. But anyways, I'm happy to kind of be back, and I've got a few ideas and definitely a big one that I want to talk about, which is just on my mind constantly, and I feel like I just want to get it out. And actually, these videos, I don't know if really it's serving any purpose to anyone else, but honestly, it's almost really nice for me to just talk and hear myself think, and almost like therapy. I don't know. Oh, that's a bit weird. Anyway, so I'm really enjoying it. I hope you guys have watched the first 2 or 3 and enjoying them. But it has been a little bit daunting putting myself out there like this. I don't know. It's something new. It's something different. But having said that, it's been such a great challenge and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really creating something new and having this project, and I actually look forward to it so much when I make the videos, when I edit them and all of that. So it's my little new hobby, my little project. I love that. I hope you can't hear my washing on in the background. Probably can. I just cleaned the whole house and I feel so much better. I guess the 2 weeks post that conversation I had with this wonderful woman about job, like opportunity or whatever, that ended, and I'm in between at the moment in my professional career, so I'm a little bit lost as to what option to choose. And do you know what? I think that's half the problem. Half the problem is having too many options. And this is what I want to talk about. I feel like I'm pulled in 20 different directions on the daily. Some days I wake up and I'm like, oh, I would love to have a stable job and like save up and then plan for my future. And then other days I wake up like, no, I should be traveling, not saving money. I should be having the craziest experiences. And then another day I'm waking up like, oof, I would love to be training and getting into the best shape of my life, starting a new sport. Yeah, it goes on and on. It's just every day I wake up and I feel different. And that is half the problem. I don't think that there is one way that I am certain that I want to go. It's almost like I want all of those combined into one. Maybe I'm spoiled. Maybe I'm stupid to think that I can have all of them, but I'm sorry, I do. I want to be in a position where I love what I'm doing professionally, stimulating enough for me to want to wake up every day and go like, oh, I can't wait to do this and work on this. I do realize, of course, every day isn't going to be, oh, I love this. You have to work hard and you have to do the tedious day-to-day things. And obviously, it's never always going to be amazing, but I want the overarching thing to have all of those elements intertwined, which is travel, my passion, and stimulation. Like, feel like I'm actually living. I don't want to be caught in one of these jobs where I feel like, I hate going to work. Can you imagine that? I can't imagine waking up and hating to go to work. And at the moment I don't, and I never have. And I don't know why I'm scared of it, because I don't think I've ever experienced that, but it's something that's in the back of my mind. I'm not sure why. Maybe I shouldn't even be worrying about it, because I don't even think that's me. At this age, we don't have those responsibilities that come later in life. And so this is sort of a time where we can be thinking, okay, what do I want to be doing? Do I want to be traveling? Do I want to knuckle down on my job? Do I want to make sure I get a promotion? Do I want to grind as hard as I can because I've got energy, time, and the resources to do so? I don't know you, but I feel pulled in all these different directions because those are all things I want, but I'm not sure what I want right now. One side of me is like, how cool would it be to travel and just not live in one place and not get stuck in one culture? For example, here in Sydney, since I've moved here, I've noticed that everyone my age is very focused on their work, and they're very work oriented, and kind of life lives in the weekend rather than in the week, which is such a stark difference from where I was brought up in Valencia, Spain, because they don't live for their jobs, they work to live, if that makes sense. They do their bit at work, they finish, and they're out on the street having a drink, having dinner with friends, and there's life in every day. But I don't think that they're so focused on earning money. It's rather they earn enough to live a good life, and they're happy with that, and they kind of just go about it in that way. Whereas in Australia, I think it's a little bit more Americanized with the hustle culture and the waking up early and the exercise every day, and it's more inclined that way. I can see there's such a difference, and I love both. I loved Spain because it's such a great place to live and be happy and find the joys in the little things. Then I felt like the side of me that wanted to build a business or wanted to get a great job and make money couldn't really flourish in that culture. That's why I decided to come back down to Australia, because I felt more aligned with the work structure here. Now that I'm here, it's really interesting because it's a total shift, and I want both. I want both. I don't want to live for the weekend. I don't want to sacrifice my Monday to Friday to have to feel the pressure where I have 2 days to life max as much as possible so that I can do Monday to Friday again. Look, not saying that this is the wrong way to go. People love it. People thrive off it. It works for some people. I'm just saying that maybe because I was exposed to the Spanish way of life that I know I can no longer see it that way. But that's my problem, and that's something I'm going to have to figure out. But this is my explanation of why I'm in two minds. And I guess also I've never really fully had a structured 9-to-5 role ever. 25 years old. I do hear these stories where some people just do it, they get on with it, they make their money, and that's that. And they're okay with that. They've come to terms with it's the trade-off of their job. And that's great. I know people that love it. And being torn between the two is sometimes really draining. It's almost like, it feels wrong to do it because I don't want to be ungrateful for what I have and the opportunities that I have. And I don't want to come across like that because that's not how I want to be, and that's goes against my values. But I don't know why I can't take this professional side of my life lightly. And maybe that stems from being a professional football player because, yes, it was my job and that's what I spent most of my time with, but it was my project. I was my own project, and I genuinely was fully investing my time and energy into something so that I could get something amazing out of it. I probably didn't know what I was getting out of it at the time, but it was the most amazing life experience ever. I don't want to throw myself into something that doesn't feel how I felt in football, because I don't know how to explain it. Training every day, anyone that does exercise knows how it feels. Training for a purpose and training to reach a goal, to reach a time, to win a tournament, to represent your country. There's just no better feeling than that. And I feel so lucky to have had that in my life. I want to take that into my next role professionally if I can. But you know what? This is where my whole thinking changes. Maybe I've been thinking about it wrong. Maybe I don't have to decide which direction to go into or what side I'm leaning more towards. It's more so let the things that need to happen. That's just it. You just need to go through and be present. You can't live in the future. You can't live in the past. You literally need to be as present as possible. And whatever that situation looks like, be in it, live it, breathe it, enjoy it, pour life into that opportunity or whatever you're doing and make it the best situation possible, right? Does that make sense? Like, who knows what job I'll get or who knows what's going to happen next? Or I don't know what country I'm going to be living in or whatever might happen. Let it happen to you and then put your energy into it, making that the best possible situation it can be. And that's just like, does that not blow your mind? Does that not make you think, wow, doesn't matter whatever path I go, what direction I go, I'm going to make the most of whatever happens. And that's a super cool way to look at it. Since I've figured that out, I've changed my perspective on trying to control what I'm going to do, where I'm going to be next, or what job I'm going to get, my interviews, all of this. Whatever's meant to be will be. And whatever that becomes and how it manifests in my life, I'm going to make the most of it. You have to think of it as a learning experience because that's the only way I can get through things. Because I know it doesn't matter what it is, good, bad, boring, exciting, stressful, stimulating, not stimulating. It is a lesson to be learned. And if you think of it that way, I don't really think you can go wrong. That is something so powerful, so great, especially to have my age right now. It just stops the negativity and emphasizes more how good is life and positivity. And when you become this person and you make the most of your situation, you become such a magnet to even better things, right? I see it sometimes where people say to themselves, I'm so unlucky, I'm so this, and this never works out for me. Don't say that. Don't even put that into the universe. Don't even say it, because you're saying it to yourself. You're putting it out there. And guess what? It will keep happening to you. What you put out there is what you get back. Give it a go for a week. Be really positive about stuff. Find myself in a negative spin. That's when bad things start happening to me. And it's real, I swear. If you start saying that to yourself and you actually start thinking that, obviously that's going to become your reality. The beautiful thing is that the reverse is also true. Country song stuck in my head. She's run to... So yeah. So to conclude, there is no wrong path. It doesn't matter what path you're on. It doesn't matter what direction you take. It doesn't matter if you've got money, if you don't. Make the most of your situation and make it what you want to be, because you can. You absolutely have control over what you do. And if you think you don't, you're wrong. You do. So take it upon yourself to make it the best situation that you can. If you're being pulled in 20 directions, stop thinking about it. It means nothing and it does nothing for you. It's just stress and anxiety. Just be where you are and make the most of what you have. And life is way better that way. The present is our only reality. And that's it. That's the whole thing. See you next one. Ciao.